All right, Maria, I would like to start an exercise with you, if you don't mind.
Yes, that's fine.
So the exercise I want to try is it's based on like behavioral activation. Are you aware of what that is?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so behavior activation is like a specific CBT skill, and CBT is cognitive behavioral therapy. It's basically behavioral activation helps us understand how behaviors influence our emotions. It's like making the connections between our thoughts and our actions, as well as like our emotions sometimes. Um, so are you ready to get started?
Yes.
All right, one of the things I want us to try was identifying some activities that you do that make you feel good. They make your overall mood just more positive. Are you able to identify any like activities like that in your life?
Probably hanging out with friends
Okay.
and listening to music. Um,
What about hanging out with friends? What makes it positive for you, do you think?
I think connection
Connection.
with other human beings.
Okay. Um, I know earlier you mentioned that you participated in a lot of like groups in high school. Did you feel like you had that same kind of like feeling when you were in high school?
No, no. As a matter of fact, I went through a period uh, of loneliness and felt kind of isolated after high school
Okay.
because I was very popular in high school. So I knew everybody in high school. Like everybody was my friend. And
Mhm.
and then after high school was done, everybody went their own direction. And um, I haven't kept in touch with uh, very many of my friends from high school because they have, other stuff going on. I have one friend that I do connect with still, um, but that's it.
Okay. Do you remember the last time you connected with them?
My one friend or all my friends.
Your one friend.
Oh, me and her call maybe 3 or 4 times a year. So
Okay.
it's been about, it's actually been a couple weeks.
Okay. How did you feel after like that phone call?
It's not the same as when we were younger, um, because everybody has their own, I guess, problems, and it felt like it was like a venting session, instead of like, hey, what's going on? How are you? It was more her venting to me about her problems and me thinking to myself, I have problems too,
Yeah.
but just letting her go ahead and keep talking about it. Um, but it's a little it's kind of frustrating actually because I kind of want that connection that we had in high school,
Hmm.
like, hey, let's go meet somewhere or let's meet up and go have fun. It's more on a negative tone. Um, so and that it kind of, I don't know, it wasn't satisfying.
Okay. What are some other like positive activities in your life?
Uh Listening to music, I love all kinds of music. So
Okay. What
that
is it about doing that that makes it positive for you?
it's really relaxing. Every song pretty much has a memory attached to it.
Hmm.
Or, new music we listen to. It has kind of like a feel good type of thing, but it also enhances your mood. So if you want to be mellow, you listen to mellow music. If you want to get energy, you listen to some like really heavy metal stuff. And I think it's just kind of like a mood alter, actually.
Yeah, music definitely has some power in it. It can change the way we feel. Would you say like metal music still makes you feel up though? Like it makes
Some
you,
of it, yeah, some of it, it's just, some of it is, but when I was younger, that's what I listened to. So it has a lot of memories connected to it, a lot of good memories. But yeah, but it also kind of gets you like moving, the beat of the music and just gets you going. And as to where the more mellower music just kind of like relaxes you and gets you into that like a relaxed mode where have to, at the end of the day, you
Mhm.
just want to like calm it down.
Okay. Are there any more positive activities in your life?
Hanging out with my family.
Hanging out with your family?
Mhm.
Like what kind of activities like would you guys do?
We've been on many vacations. Um, the majority of them have been very fun, but also, family dynamics, there's so many different personalities. So you never know what's going to happen.
Hmm.
So it's always kind of like, you're just hoping for, just a smooth sailing vacation and everybody have a good time.
Hmm.
And sometimes that doesn't happen.
Okay.
And I guess that's part of the family dynamics, and that's how it has been, growing up in my family as well. So it's, there's always one in every family.
Yeah. So, so what about activities that make you feel like down or just not like that make you not feel well? Do you have any activities that you're doing now?
Um, when I don't have anything to do, and because I like to do stuff, I like going places and doing things. So, when I'm just sitting here with nothing to do, or everybody's busy, so nobody has time to talk or anything or go anywhere, that kind of puts me in a bluesy kind of mood, and then I start having like self-pity,
You
like
start to kind of
hard,
self-isolate?
yeah, self-isolate, yeah. And I
Uh,
think the one thing that I really, really, I mean, I love a clean house, but I hate cleaning, you know and so it's, that one right there is hard.
yeah, I remember you brought up during your intake that sometimes you like don't really get ready in the morning. And that like has kind of a negative effect on your mood. Um, do you remember like talking about that?
Oh, yes, yeah. It's sometimes I have low energy,
Hmm.
and I mean, I have so much on my plate right now, that it's hard for me to decipher what I should do, first. And so that kind of paralyzes me. And so I just sit here and ponder, okay, what should I do first? And I'll just sit here and drink my coffee, and I mean, pretty much procrastinate it for, an hour or two, and then realize like, oh, I got to get moving. So yeah, that sometimes it's hard to get motivated.
Yeah. It's definitely hard when we have a bunch of responsibilities to fit in those like self-care activities into our life, the activities that make us feel good. Um, what's like a way you feel like you can kind of counter those like negative activities and just turn it into a positive one? So like for not getting ready, it sounds like getting ready is one.
Well, I think that, I have to just plan out my day. And it's really hard because I take care of a lot of people. I work a full-time job. I go to school full time. And then I have elder parents as well that I need to go check on. And I
Mm.
just feel like, everybody wants to pull me in a different direction. And so I don't really know how.
Yeah. Well, so the goal of behavior activation is just what we're trying to do is we're trying to increase your up activities or the activities that make you feel positive and decrease the activities that make you not feel good, like they make you feel down or depressed. Um, so basically, like one of the ways we can do that is by identifying some activities in your life that are positive. So like getting ready in the morning, listening to music more often, trying to have those communications with like friends, even if you're like struggling to find the time, that might include even just getting out and making new friends at like different types of group settings. And um the other thing is like decreasing the amount you're doing the activities that are making you feel down.
Mhm.
So like isolating, you want to decrease the amount you're isolating. And it's a gradual change. You're not trying to do it all at once in the same week, because we're adults, we have responsibilities, and it it's all about like just slowly getting more towards like more positive activities.
Yeah, I think that it's really overwhelming, and I think that that's probably, what puts me in that procrastination mode. Because I love doing all of it. So there's not one thing that I don't love. I love doing all of it. I love helping people. I love working, and I love going to school. But
Right.
it's so overwhelming. It feels like a tidal wave going over me, and just like, I'm just like, well, I don't know what to do.
Right.
And
It's
and
just about finding a balance in it. Uh,
exactly, yeah.
so well, that's what we'll work on in the next couple weeks. We'll work on trying to find that right balance of positive activities and like reducing the amount of negative activities, and maybe replacing them with like even neutral activities, things that don't necessarily make you feel positive or negative, with your responsibilities.